top stories at this hour. Monday is a day here in Nigeria, and Senator Monday Akpabio is the winner of the Edo governorship election, as Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has declared him as the winner of that hotly contested poll. Senator Akpabio beat his main challengers, the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Aswe Gotalu, and that of the Labour Party, Olumide Akpata. The returning officer, Professor Farouk Kuta, declared him as the winner of a poll at the Coalition Center in Benin City, the state capital, with 291,667 votes, while his closest rival, the PDP candidate, polled 247,274 votes.
I, Professor Farouk Adamukuta, hereby certify that I am the returning officer for the 2024 Edo State Governorship election held on the 21st of September 2024. That the election was contested. The candidate received the following votes. Party A, 222 votes. Party AA, 206 votes. Party AAC, 273 votes. Party ADC, 1,956 votes. Party ADP, 1,099 votes. Party APC, 291,667 votes. Party ABGA, 1,242 votes. Party APM, 151 votes. Party APP, 144 votes. Party BP, 217 votes. Party LP, 2,763 votes. Party NNP, 1,034 votes. Party NRM, 720 votes. Party PDP, 247,274 votes. Party PRP, 635 votes. Party SDP, 537 votes. Party YPP, 296 votes. Party ZLP, 254 votes. That Akpabio Monday of APC, having satisfied the requirement of the law, is hereby declared the winner and is returned elected. Signed by the returning officer, Professor Farouk Adamukuta, this day, 22nd day of September 2024.
Come and walk on every miracle today. You have done it. You have done a miracle today. Yahweh, Yahweh, you are a miracle working God. Your name is Yahweh. You are the
Governor-elect Senator Monday Akpabio celebrating the announcement of his victory at the polls. In that video posted online, he's seen singing spiritual songs, I should add, alongside leaders in his party, including the Senate President, Akpabio, former governor, and Senator Adams Oshiomhole, and Deputy Governor Philip Shaibu, amongst others. Well, President Bola Tinubu has congratulated Senator Akpabio, the APC candidate in that election, on his victory at the polls, which he says testified to the people's support for the ruling party. The president asked Senator Akpabio not to gloat over his victory, but see it as a challenging call to service, and he encourages him to demonstrate magnanimity by reaching out to his political rivals and uniting the people of Edo State to ensure its development. More reactions to that election. Election observer groups that monitored Saturday's governorship election in Edo State have raised concerns over the transparency of the collation of the result by INEC. In a joint statement by 6 civil society groups, the group notes that reports of disruptions at ward and local government collation centers, intimidation of INEC officials, and attempts to collate results contrary to the provisions of the Electoral Act and INEC guidelines raise significant concerns about the credibility of the results collation process. They urge INEC to invoke its powers under Section 65 of the Electoral Act 2022 to review any declarations and returns where results were not declared voluntarily or violated provisions of the Electoral Act and INEC regulations. Well, there's still more to come, and this one is from the governor of Edo State, Mr. Godwin Obaseki, who's appealing to residents to remain calm over the outcome of the election as announced by INEC. He urged aggrieved persons to explore the legal options to express their reactions to the governorship poll. According to him, the poll was marred with disregard to processes and rule of law. He made the appeal during a special broadcast on the aftermath of the election, which he also described as a travesty of justice. Well, the hours leading to the announcement of the result and declaration of the winner of that election, Senator Monday Akpabio, were far from quiet, with different reactions emanating from stakeholders. In particular, the People's Democratic Party and its supporters, through press conferences and protests, registered their observations in Benin City, the Edo State capital. But it wasn't just Edo State that saw elections. At the local government level, the Enugu State Independent Electoral Commission, NCEC, has declared the PDP winner in the just concluded local government and councillorship election across the 17 local government areas and 260 wards in the state. While declaring the results, the chairman of the body, Professor Christian Ngo, said the PDP polled more votes to beat other contestants in the election. While commending the conduct of political parties in the election, he reassured the people that NCEC will continue to provide an enabling environment for a fair, credible, and just election. We'll bring you a big review of that election in a moment, but let's turn our attention to other issues. Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Mr. Femi Falana, has written to 2 contractors, Marie Technomont SPA and Saipem Contracting Nigeria Limited, to request information on the completion date for the rehabilitation of the Port Harcourt, Warri, and Kaduna refineries. Channels Television obtained copies of the letters dated September the 17th and addressed to the managing directors of both firms who were awarded the contracts for the refineries. Mr. Falana says in the letters that he confirms that the federal government awarded them a contract for the rehabilitation for the Port Harcourt on the one hand, the sum of $1.5 billion, while Saipem got the contract for Warri and Kaduna refineries for the same amount. He then asks for confirmation of the date of the completion of that project. Let's talk security now. Troops of Operation Safe Haven have arrested another set of suspected gun runners who were in possession of automatic weapons in the Plateau State. Addressing a news conference in Jos, the Plateau State capital, the Military Public Information Officer, Operation Safe Haven, Major Samson Zakom, says troops conducted operations in Bokos town, a Bokos local government area. He explains that the intelligence-based sting operations led security agencies to the criminal hideout where the members of the said syndicate were finalizing transactions. Well, let's head outside the country now. The United Nations General Assembly, UNGA, has adopted a pact for the future, which UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres described as a landmark agreement that is a step change towards more effective, inclusive, and networked multilateralism. The pact, which also includes an annex on working toward a responsible and sustainable digital future, was adopted without a vote at the start of a 2-day summit of the future. The agreement came after some 9 months of negotiations. So global crises have spotlighted the need for a UN reform and overhaul in international financial systems. And now sports news. Manchester City forward Bernardo Silva said only one team came to play football in their 2-2 Premier League draw with Arsenal. That's the team who were accused of employing dark arts at Etihad Stadium. But the Gunners manager, Mikel Arteta, claimed it was a miracle that his side came so close to victory after playing the second half with one man less, that's 10 men. John Stones' 98th minute equalizer denied Arsenal what would have been a huge victory over the defending champions, Manchester City. So what a weekend it was in the world of sports as well. But